My name is Eddie, and this is a reading for Aquarius that runs from the 19th to the 25th of December. I'm going to be doing a 10 card reading, and I'm going to use my Tower of Prague deck. So, a shuffle first of all, and then I'm going to lay down your 10 cards on the table in front of me. Right, the first card is the here and now, the present situation, what's going on around you at this time. So let's have a look. Okay, I've got the Justice card in the reversed position. So I do feel something here about some rough justice. Okay, you've been treated unfairly. Okay, it can also talk about a legal situation or some kind of official situation that didn't work out in the way you wished. I keep getting elephant in the room here with this card, and it's like there's something so obvious going on in front of you that you either don't see it or you choose not to see it. Okay, it's a bit like, sometimes I'm looking for my spectacles, I look everywhere and then I realize I'm wearing them, or I'm looking for a pen everywhere and then I realize that it's behind my ear. Okay, so there is something obvious going on around you, and it could well be that someone's been pulling the wool over your eyes. Okay, because I do sense a lot of smoke and mirrors here as well. It's a major card as well, the Justice. So it's very much about this being a big issue for you. It's also about big changes on the way as well. The card crossing is the Hierophant card. Okay, again a major card. So it's interesting that two major cards have come up. So the feeling here with the Hierophant is usually it's a card of structure. Okay, but since it's crossing, it's like a block. It's like things aren't structured. It's like you're not getting the certainty, or you're not getting the desire or you're not getting the commitment that you desire. Okay, there's also something here about connections either to the Catholic Church or the Orthodox Church, or it could well mean that you've been lighting some candles or lighting some incense recently. So it could well be around you doing some intentions or putting out some prayers or some wishes to the universe. In the past, coming to the present, another major card. Okay, there's 22 major cards out of 78, so it's quite unusual to have 3 on the trot. So as I look back slightly, I do feel there was a choice that you have to make. Okay, and there's also a sense you feel very kind of unsettled, around this choice. I do feel it around a lover's situation. Right, let's look more forward. Okay, I've got the Ace of Cups in the reversed position. So we're looking ahead really to the next 7 days. And the feeling here is that you've got to, it's showing you're going to drop something. I don't mean physically like a glass, but I mean more in the sense of something you've been holding on to, perhaps psychologically or even emotionally. Okay, it's showing that over the next 7 days you're going to go a long way to letting go of a situation, and I do feel it around matters of the heart, or it's an emotional situation. Let's look at the card in the goal position, which is the Nine of Swords reversed. Yeah, very similar. It can talk about some nightmares which you've been having, being up late at night with worries and fears. Of course, your goal is to find peace of mind, around this situation. And of course, once you manage to fully let go, then you create space to allow something better to come in. Okay, and as I said, over the next 7 days, you've got a long way to actually achieving this. Subconsciously, I've got the Nine of Cups in the reversed position. The feeling here is that, happiness turns to sadness and laughter turns to tears. And it's like defeat was taken from the jaws of victory. Okay, you felt gutted. Okay, I mean, this is symbolic, but it's like you put £10,000 on red and it came up black. Okay, you were kind of sort of devastated with what happened, and it's still affecting you at a deep subconscious level. You may not always be aware, okay, but it's there deep down inside of you, and it's something which you are kind of going to deal with. That's what I feel here. The next card is the advice card, which is the Knight of Wands. Okay, I mean, this card is very much about pushing and pulling, and also blowing hot and cold, and it's very much about, you know, you're being pulled one way and then you're being pulled the other way. You know, it's this toing and froing. You know, it could well be that, you know, one moment you say one thing and then the next you say something different. Okay, and it's very much about the need for you to find middle ground around a situation. It could well be that your heart feels one thing and your mind kind of sort of thinks something else, okay, which is causing this kind of sort of inner conflict. So the advice here is to find this middle ground between the heart and the mind, okay? And then anything's possible. You know, it's a bit like if you're in a car, you know, you got your foot on the accelerator and the hand on the handbrake. The car just goes around and around and around. But if you kind of just let the handbrake off slightly and then just slowly on the accelerator, and then the car just moves forward. You know, so it's, you know, so it's the same thing. It's finding some middle ground here between the heart and the mind, and then you will move forward around this situation. This is on the outside at the moment. Got the Emperor card here. It's about more stability actually on the way here, okay? Something here either around some finances or around a work situation. You know, it's on the way. You've been thinking about this and it's on the way. And it could also be in the form of a person as well. And it could well be around a love interest, okay? It's certainly giving me more structure, more certainty, and more commitment coming up. Your hopes and your fears is shown by the Devil card, okay? You have been going through a difficult time, a dark time. You know, I do see these chains, and it's like you've been held back by a situation, okay? I suppose your fear is that you're not, well, you feel you may not be able to let go and move forward, okay? Well, your hope is that you manage to kind of sort of move forward. But the overall energy from the reading is that you will manage to sever these chains and then move forward, because I do sense there's been a lot of trouble around you, okay? There's someone who's been very dishonest, someone who's been a very kind of sort of negative kind of sort of influence on you. The final card is the Outcome card, and it's the Page of Swords in the reversed position. I mean, there's something here about pen to paper. That's what I get here, okay? It's like you're actually going to take some action around this burning issue, okay? I also feel you're going to hear some news over the next 7 days, which is going to help you to move forward. But more than anything, there's something here about drawing a line in the sand, okay? Enough is enough. Thank you. If you want free daily readings or a personal reading, then there's a link in the description. And don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Thank you.